Broadcasting from the Vegas Video Network studios, just steps from the Las Vegas Strip, it's Awkward Silence 2.1. And now, our favorite host in this particular time spot, it's Brandon Gooch Hahn.
What's going on? I'm Brandon Gooch Hahn, and welcome to Awkward Silence 2.1. It's our fourth show, everyone. 4 shows. It's just a square of mediocrity down here at the VegasVideoNetwork.com. Now, here's the thing. Down here at Awkward Silence 2.1, we have an email set up, awkward@VegasVideoNetwork.com. That's awkward@VegasVideoNetwork.com. And we also have a phone number you could call, 1-866-966-4599. 866-966-4599. And we also have live chat set up, too. That's for the person that wants to be right smack dab in the middle of the show. VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. Feel free to ask a question. We will answer it live on the air. And most importantly, let's just say you forget a show. Let's just say you become an Awkward Silence 2.1 junkie and you need your fix and you missed a show. Well, don't kill yourself, because we show replays on VegasVideoNetwork.com, iTunes, YouTube, and we're now featured on Roku. So right there, we're trying to meet all your needs. And without any further ado, I think it's time for the seamless segue to camera number 2. Ooh. Yes, yes! Let's do the news. So, comedian and actor Eddie Murphy was recently tagged to host the 2011 Oscar ceremonies this season. You know, it's funny. I guess that's the reward you get for making 10 years worth of shitty movies. You get to host a prestigious event like the Oscars. You know, in other words, in 2012, be on the lookout for Tyler Perry to host Tyler Perry Presents Tyler Perry Hosting the Oscars. And an Ohio woman walked into her backyard and saw this man having sex in her pool with her brand new raft. Yeah, police arrested and charged him with statutory rape with a minor flotation device. Chris Hansen was unavailable for comment. You know, how do you do that, by the way? Do you fold it together and put it in the cup hole? I'm just trying to think of the schematics. And a man who has a unique condition known as priapism, which is a condition that causes painful erections that could last for hours, was recently arrested after he was busted stealing money from his father that he was going to use to buy pain pills with the hopes of achieving some kind of relief. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. If I'm headed to prison, that is the last condition that I would like heading into jail. I mean, he's going to be very popular in the showers. But on the bright side, at least he has a place to hang his soap on a rope. And frontman for Green Day, Billy Joe Armstrong, was recently kicked off a Southwest Airlines flight after he refused to hike up his sagging pants. And even sadder news, the economy is so bad that Grammy Award-winning artists are now forced to fly on Southwest Airlines. Everybody panic! I guess you boo when you panic. All right. So as many of us are well aware of, the NFL season kicked off last night. It's a whole new reason for me to be angry. The Green Bay Packers managed to defeat the New Orleans Saints in a thrilling game. And upon hearing that news, we recently discovered that the NFL Cheerleaders Alumni are holding a reunion down at the Monte Carlo Hotel Resort featuring cheerleaders young and old. And who better to cover the action than our very own Courtney Leone. Hey, Court.
Hi, Peggy. Gooch, I'm out here in front of the Monte Carlo, and football mania is so exciting that time has actually stood still, which is why the fountain behind me is not moving.
That defies the laws of gravity. What's going on down there?
You know, you would think with football season, there would at least be a few players around here that I could give a crap less about. But no, you sent me down here for cheerleaders.
Court, I don't know where you learned journalism, but you're not supposed to say that I sent you there. I'm supposed to pretend like I'm just as enthralled and just as I'm learning this for the first time, just like the audience.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I am so excited to be here right now. I am HAPPY. What does that spell?
It spells happy.
No, it spells Courtney, you jackass. Thanks a lot for the assignment. I really appreciate it. Can't believe you sent me down here. There's 50-year-old cheerleaders who are smoking hot. And I don't know, but it's kind of making my 25-year-old self feel a little self-conscious. Hello, throat, meat finger.
What are the cheerleaders doing down there?
Well, Gooch, for the low, low price of $250, they've all gathered together in a room, pretending to like one another, signing autographs, taking pictures, practicing cheers with one another, and all whispering behind the girls' backs about which Raiderette got fat after retirement. There's even a presentation from the science cheerleaders.
Ooh, what is a science cheerleader?
Don't have to tell you, Gooch. Check out the link.
Electricity and magnetism are two aspects of the same force. Energy is conserved and always goes from more useful to less useful forms.
I wish I conserved my energy and found something more useful to do with today.
All matter is made of atoms. Atoms are bound by electron glue.
Adam West was the first Batman.
The Earth operates in many cycles. You are the new face of science.
Did we just catch you drinking on the job?
Yes. Of course I'm drinking on the job, Gooch. These girls are not just pretty, they're smart now too. How am I supposed to make fun of these bitches?
Courtney Leone, everyone.
I never even made it past tryouts. Damn you, Miss Starry. I have great ankles.
And now it's time to pass the mic. Ah, yes, pass the mic. This is the portion of the show where you, the viewer, gets to ask me, the host, a question via email. Awkward@VegasVideoNetwork.com. Awkward@VegasVideoNetwork.com. Scott, what's up?
We got two questions. First one's from Mark. Mark wants to know, have you ever worked with a comedian that was a complete pain in the ass?
You know, I met a comedian that started off and I was like, this guy is a giant asshole, but he ended up being cool. It was Rich Voss. The second I met him, he's talking, he goes, all right, everybody, comedians, come here. And I start walking towards him and he looks at me, he goes, I said comedians. And then my friend Matt Markman, he actually told Matt Markman, he goes, how long you been doing comedy? Matt goes, oh, about 7 years. And then Rich Voss goes, oh, that's great. Hey, get me some coffee. But he ended up just being a ball buster, and he actually ended up being a really cool guy and hilarious as well, Rich Voss.
Okay, last question from Jennifer. Have you ever been on stage and forgotten your material?
Yeah, and it's not pretty. Especially when you're like, man, what's up with... And then you get the name of this show. So once again, if you have any more questions, that's awkward@VegasVideoNetwork.com. Awkward@VegasVideoNetwork.com. We'll be back with our headliner in just a little bit. Now it's time for a station ID.
Hi, I'm Chris Phillips from Talk Tales, and you're watching the Vegas Video Network. And if you stop by the studio, our producer Scott's going to buy everybody a drink.
And now our headliner. Our headliner was actually featured on America's Got Talent. She was a semifinalist. And I got to tell you straight up, she does some of the best impressions you have ever heard. Let's give it up for comedian Melissa Villasenor, everyone. Yay!
Hey, thanks for having me.
Right on.
Man.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Now, I got to tell you, this is one of the nicest things ever. This just goes to show you how humble Melissa is. The segment's called And Now Our Headliner, and she moves over. She's like, I'm the feature. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't want people getting the wrong idea. It's so nice.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to let you know.
Right, exactly. Just in case you didn't do your research, which I've been known to not do a lot. But no, thank you for stopping by. I mean, honestly, you're just riding this wave of success. You know, it's semifinalists on America's Got Talent. You got millions of viewers. I mean, what was that all like for you? I mean, you're one minute, because you're only 23 years old, and all of a sudden, boom, get out there, kid, be somebody.
Yeah,
you know?
no, jeez. Well, in the month of June was insane. Actually, the whole June, July, that whole summer has just been really awesome, and it's been busy.
Right.
You know, it's just like all these fans just suddenly, I was asleep, and then just boom, hey, we're here.
Yeah, I know.
On Twitter and Facebook, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
And you know what? And that's the thing. And on Facebook, you came in and did the interview with me on Comp 92.3, and we were talking about Facebook afterwards. And all of a sudden, you went from like, a few hundred to boom, you're almost loaded. And now you got people going, hey, what's up? You're not answering my questions? I mean, come on now, Miss Big Pants. And all of a sudden, you got millions of fans.
Yeah, I know. That's how everyone on messages, they're messaging me like, hey, please respond. Why aren't you responding? I'm like, hey, I'm trying.
Just trying. Please cut me some slack. So you made the show because of your comedy and your impressions. And like I said earlier, I mean, I am not kidding. These impressions are top notch.
Thanks.
And if you wouldn't mind doing a couple of them, I appreciate.
Oh yeah. I mean, let's see. My first impression that I learned was Britney Spears when I was 12 years old. I was a big fan, and then the next thing I know, ooh baby, ooh yeah. Ooh, hit me, baby, one more time. And then everyone liked it at my school and family, and then I was like, well, let's keep on working on more, And then I practiced Christina Aguilera's voice. I worked, and then, and then that one I realized, well, like. She just overdoes it with the like too much. Like, and I just imagine what was I like when she was learning the alphabet as a little girl. That must have been annoying. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O. That's my favorite letter. Oh God, spanking tone.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, honestly, you're obviously an amazing singer. I mean, it's so there's other things that you could do out there,
I like to be creative in a lot of ways. I like everything. Like, there's so many things I enjoy. Mm-hmm. And I like throwing it all into my stand-up and also my story too of who I am with the impression. So it's not just impression.
So who's Melissa Villasenor?
Yeah, I know. Really? That's what I'm beginning to talk about more in stand-up too, and it's exciting. I enjoy that a lot, and I always do my impressions, but make it part of a story for sure.
Right.
So it's fun,
So when you met the judges on America's Got Talent, did they ever come up to you after the show and say?
Oh, nothing.
No.
I wanted to talk to them, say, hey guys, what's up? But they're no.
No,
they
not
just
at all.
Sat in their chair and did their part, and then they just boom, they're back, they're gone.
Back to the green room.
Yeah.
You know what? I heard a story one time. This was back when David Hasselhoff was hosting. My buddy, he used to work in the back. He was just like one of the dolly operators. And then Hasselhoff is walking down they're going down this like really thin hallway. And the guy's like, he's got a bunch of boxes on a dolly. And then Hasselhoff's walking, and he's probably like about 3-4 doors down, and he just goes, and then the guy just pulls aside, and then Hasselhoff just storms by him, and then Sharon Osbourne looks at my buddy, she's like, he's a complete asshole. I just thought that was hilarious. So we have a chat question. What's up, Sat?
Comment. Steve-O wants Melissa to know that she is his future wife.
Oh.
Nice.
What do you say to that?
Well, that's very nice to know.
Right.
That's nice to know. I have a husband set. Because I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite a loner. So
it's good to know that you have
nice.
a Steve Arnold, or not a Steve Arnold. What's that guy's name? Who was the guy that was with Roseanne? Tom Arnold.
Tom
yeah.
Arnold,
There you go. You got one riding your coattails right on.
So there's quite a few guys who are asking about whether you have a boyfriend or not.
Oh man,
Wow.
I don't.
Whoa.
And you know what? I have trouble with it. I think I'm a very awkward person, and I'm unusual, and also my voice, and that's a big part of it. My voice sounds like Mickey Mouse when I get excited, and freaks out guys when I meet them for the first time at a bar or something. Like I'll be hanging out, like, oh yeah. And a guy comes up to me, hey, beautiful, what's your name? It's Melissa. Oh, you're hot. Oh, things I do to you. Oh yeah.
That's cool.
So I don't know. I'm really in my head a lot of the time, and just kind of.
But you know what, though? But you said something about being awkward, and I really do think that has something to do with. I don't think you're awkward, but I mean, it's
thanks.
yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, you seem like really nice to me and stuff. But
yeah.
I mean, but obviously. That comes with the territory when you have as many talents. I mean, that you have. I mean, the thing is, though, is look, I'm not a singer. You heard this voice. I mean, could you imagine me? A B C D. Oh. I mean, somebody's gonna reach through the internet and punch me in the face. But obviously, though, I mean, you have so much to bring to the table. And I mean, do you think that has something to do with the fact that you might see yourself as a little bit awkward?
Yeah, I think everything, like I put so much love into comedy, stand-up comedy, and so many things I want to do that I think it's hard for me to put that focus and love and energy to someone right now, So I think it's meant to be right now for me to.
Yeah, career-driven.
Yeah, for right now. And I know the time will come when someone,
somebody comes along.
There it is. So, I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see.
We got another chat question. What's up, Scott?
Yeah, let's see. Vince, no. Jesse wants to know. No. Steve wants to know.
Okay, I got it.
They're just
Vince, Jesse,
they're blowing by.
Donnie, Jordan, the new kids on the block. They want to know.
Melissa has a lot of fans. Somebody here wants to know if you're going to be performing in San Francisco. And are you coming back to Las Vegas anytime soon?
Oh, man. I hope to go to San Francisco. I was just there for Outside Lands. I did some stand-up there. The music festival they had there, there's a little circus tent. I did stand up for a few days. But
that's cool.
God, I want to go back to San Francisco for sure. I want to perform at the Purple Onion, too. That place
I heard that
is
place
awesome.
is great.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll
Right.
ask, and see what I can do. And, I think I want to come back to Vegas for sure.
And on a side note, I completely forgot to plug that she's going to be at the Harrah's inside the Improv. At the Improv inside Harrah's this week. 2 shows, 8:30 and 10:30 today through Sunday with Rocky Laporte, who's also very funny.
Yeah.
So we got another question. What's up, Scott?
Questions. Maya wants to know, how do you handle a small crowd, and is it harder than handling a rowdy crowd?
Oh, I actually love small crowds because it's intimate and they're very close to me. I could talk to them and I like it a lot. Rowdy crowds, you know what? To be honest, thankfully, I always seem to pull their attention, even when they're rowdy. I think the singing impressions help. I don't know. I think it's something.
It's something that everybody can connect with.
Yeah, and then everyone just kind of stops and shuts up. But there are times when I've had, drunk people, and it could get a little upsetting. But I never handle it in a way where I get upset or yell at anybody. I always like to have fun with them and maybe do a character and talk to them too.
Right. See, that's the thing. Like, if you ever had a heckler or something, because you did a great Wanda Sykes, and I think if somebody started acting like a douchebag, you could do that. You just pound them into Wanda Sykes.
Oh man, what's up? Yeah. I actually want to do something where if there's a heckler talking a lot, I want to just go into a Barbara Walters interview
This is Barbara Walters, and I'm here with a heckler. Now, I want to know, when did you first realize you can be a heckler at this show?
So something like that, just to kind of, I just have little plan things just in case something does happen,
So obviously, see, the one thing that basically what you're telling me is I like what you're telling me, because a lot of the guys that could do the impressions, it's like they go, all right, this is what's going to sound like when we have this person, and this person ordering a hamburger at McDonald's and start, action, and then it's and then it's pretty much the most played out thing. But you sound like you watch videos of yourself. You hear people yelling out certain things that's something that I can use to shut somebody the hell up. And that's game footage right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Right on. We got another question, Scott.
Yeah, Jesse wants to know, if you ever get a chance, would you go mainstream, like doing an SNL kind of thing, or like what Whitney Cummings is doing right now?
Oh man, both. I definitely. SNL has been one of my dreams for since I was a little girl. And I actually auditioned 2 years ago and had a call back. It was pretty close, but it wasn't my time. And I hope that someday that can happen,
Yeah.
That would be awesome and a dream. And but it's not something I can rely on too. So it's not. But that's why Whitney Cummings is actually one of my inspirations, because she has created everything for herself. So I would definitely. I actually have been trying to work on a pilot for myself too, where I have impression sketches, kind of similar to Frankie Lando's show, but silly and very me. So I. Both of those for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
What? One thing I wanted to ask you too is, before the show, you would go out to these clubs and they wouldn't know what to expect. And now, because of the show, are you getting more people that know you and know what to expect? And how is that making your comedy, and how is that making you as a performer?
Man. Yeah. Having the fans. It's pretty amazing now. Like, even I'm from LA, and I perform there often every night, and almost every night people come out now to see me, or they've heard of me, they enjoy my stuff. So in the crowd, there's always some people that that are like, yeah, I love this one, I love this impression or something. So it makes it really inspiring and very fun, But then sometimes there's some nights I actually just want to work on all new stuff, which I can't count on being killer material yet, and I feel bad if there's a lot of people that come out, so it's like, I want to work on new stuff, but I want to give them great stuff too, so I try to mix the new material with olds, so that way.
But that's very positive, though, because obviously, you don't want to just sit there and go, all right, did the show, done, don't need to work on anything new. You got, then, because I'm just going to give the fans what they want. I mean, it's good to see that you're still doing this because you love it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what happens with new material. Part of the reason why it's so fun, why this game is so fun, is because of the challenge. If it were easy, everyone could do it. How are you going to be able to hang your hat on?
Yeah. I love trying new material. It's exciting. That's exciting to bring. I'm trying to get my hour of material.
Right.
So it's.
We got another chat.
Yeah, a couple more. Bam wants to know, how did you get started in stand-up, and do you have any tips and advice for new comedians?
Oh. Well, when I started doing impressions when I was 12, I already knew I wanted to be a comedian, and then I started doing stand-up at the Laugh Factory Comedy Camp when I was 15, and then I started doing open mics when I was, I'm going to say 20 years old, and shows here and there. So, I really just focused doing open mics every night, writing every day, working on impressions, anything, and it just really stuck true to myself and what I find funny, and just had fun and focus. That's it, every day.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's always a learning process.
And then advice, I mean, just always be yourself and don't listen to anybody.
Right.
That's it.
So
have fun and
So in other words, just listen to that last part. But not all the stuff that came before that.
Well, no. I
know exactly
I
what
meant
you
it
mean.
as a way, because
you're going to hear people that are going to say you're not funny, you don't have anything.
Yeah,
and
or
then,
try to help you with jokes. I'm like, stop it. I don't want anybody here.
Right. Yeah. This is my thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know exactly.
Because no one
what
can
you
tell
mean.
you how to do your art.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think.
Especially if you're not like a set-up punch kind of person, Like if you set up punch, fine, hey, I got a tag for you. But if they're doing exactly what you're doing, I mean, okay, unless you could do impressions, unless you could sing like this, you don't know what the hell. What kind of advice are you getting? So we got another question.
Yes, they keep coming. Jack
I
wants
know.
to know, or wants you to tell him or tell us about your one-woman show, I'm Not Myself, coming in October in LA.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
man,
hey, wow.
That makes me excited that they know my one-woman show.
Is that your agent?
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah. Oh, Jack, I meant Dad. He's like, Dad. Well, backspace, Jack.
Okay, so yeah, my one-woman show is called I'm Not Myself, and I'm going to have it for 4 Sundays in October in LA at the Complex Theater on Santa Monica Boulevard. And I've been actually planning this since February with Ron Lynch. Have you heard of Ron Lynch? He's an amazing comedian, and he's directing it and everything. And it's going to be very silly, funny, and also kind of eerie because I'm in an insane asylum with a straitjacket, and I'm doing these characters and impressions and singing. It's just going to be kind of pretty cool, I think.
That's cool.
I'm really excited about it. And I like that it's near Halloween time.
Right, it's just like, hey!
And my birthday, too. So yeah, but I would love people to come out and see that because it's very different. It's not stand-up. It's very...
Right.
Although I do the stand-up comedian impressions in there, and there'll be jokes all over, and definitely.
Have the impressions ever come in handy during, like, everyday life? Like, you were talking about guys walking up going, hey, what's up, beautiful? Like, I think it would be great if you just shot them down using somebody in particular. It's just like, yeah. Or actually, the first thing out of your mouth, they're like, does she really talk like that?
yeah, maybe Owen Wilson or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, hey, nice. Yeah. What's up, man? Yeah, you're hot.
He's like, oh, God, did I just make the wrong move? We got another question?
Yeah, Come to Seattle wants to know if you're going to do any kind of national tour, and based upon his name, he obviously wants to know if you're going to be going to Portland.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I want to go on a tour. I mean, I'm starting to go on the road. It's been almost every week, different city and stuff. So, yes, I'm going to really push for that, and it seems like I'm starting to right now. So,
right on.
Definitely, I'd love to perform everywhere.
I was going to ask you, have you ever had a celebrity come up and say, hey, I heard you do an impression of me? Do they ever call you out on that? Because, I mean, you do like Kathy Griffin dead on, you do Sarah Silverman dead on. It's just like...
Kathy Griffin, actually, my first America's Got Talent clip that went up in June, she saw that I did her impression on there. I was like, okay, so here's the deal. Kathy Griffin here, yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. And she tweeted about it too, and she's like, yeah, it was really great. I was like, oh, that's so cool, you know?
Right.
And then actually before America's Got Talent, Sarah Silverman knew I did an impression of her, and she saw me at the Comedy Store, and she's like, oh my God, I know you. And then I was like, that's really cool. She saw it online, my impression of her, and then, it feels great when they enjoy it too.
You know, I'm going to be totally honest. I knew about the Sarah Silverman story. I did not know about the Kathy Griffin story, so it kind of made it out like I pre-planned that. But the first part I did it. The first part I did it.
Yeah.
We got another question?
K-Cat wants to know, have you ever been in your comedy career where you thought, I'm just not going to make it?
Oh, man, there's been plenty of times when I thought I wasn't going to make it or be successful or anything. And I think it was a really scary time when I know I'm young and everything, but I take it very seriously. You know, I've loved this for so long. And when I was 19, 18, 19, those years, my parents wanted me to just go to school and just say, hey, come on, stop this. Right. And then, you know, I was really depressed for being away from what I love to do. And it was really kind of a little dark time, I guess. And then finally, you know, when I was, I think, 20, I did Frank TV. Frank Orlando had me on his show, and I did Sarah Silverman impression, Ellen DeGeneres impression on there. And then I was like, wow, this is awesome. This is what I'm meant to do. I cannot stop. And there's always moments I have where I'm like, oh, God, you know, I don't know about this. But then good shows come along, great things come along, and I just love it so much I can never stop.
Right.
You know?
See, so in other words, like to all the young comics out there, just have that drive. Is that basically? Because that's basically everything. Every answer that you've ever given me, it's like, look. Because, granted, you know what, you're 23 now, but by the sounds of it, it's like you've been hustling, breaking your ass, going out to all these different casting calls and whatnot, and improving yourself, and that's what you got to do. It's like you got to stay hungry. Mm-hmm. Can't ever sit back and go, look, did my show, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah, no. Always want to just keep wanting more, working every day.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, Melissa, thank you very much for stopping by the show.
No, this was nice. I had a good time talking about everything. This is cool.
So before you leave, we like to play a little game called 3 Under 30. Basically, I just ask you 3 questions that you have to answer in under 30 seconds.
Okay.
And it's like... I'm
nervous.
And most of the time, I am thinking of the questions as we're talking because...
I'm not even preparing.
So I'm not even preparing. So here we go. Without any further ado, Scott, you got the timer ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, and go. Who starred in the movie Pretty Woman?
Julia Roberts.
Good. All right, second off. What is the capital of California? Sacramento. And sing the second verse in Boston's More Than a Feeling.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to jump to the second verse. I know the first one.
Yeah, well, it's going to be kind of the game is it's impossible, no matter what. You can't ever walk out of here with your head high. That's what we like to do. We like to knock you down a couple of pegs.
Oh, man. I'm still trying to think of it. Now I want to know.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Melissa. Melissa Villasenor.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
She'll be down at the Improv tonight all the way through Sunday, 8:30 and 10:30. Are her show times down inside
look
Harris.
at my little...
And Melissa Villasenor, do you have a Twitter or a Facebook that you'd like to throw out?
Yes, my Twitter is twitter.com/MelissaVPs. And that's P like urine.
You're right.
Okay. I pee in my pants when I laugh too much.
Right. Killer.
It's a bad habit that I've had since a kid. So. And then, but yeah, Melissa V.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, man. Yeah, MelissaVComedy.com. You could see all the links for Facebook and everything there. I created the site. It's really not the best site, but I did what I can.
Well, thank you very much for stopping by. I'm glad. Thank you for stopping by Awkward Silence 2.1.
No, I liked it. I like Awkward Silence.
Yay! I like that. Hey! But here's the deal. If you didn't catch the whole show, don't worry about it. You can catch Awkward Silence 2.1 on the Vegas Video Network when we do the replay, and YouTube, Roku, and iTunes. Thank you very much for stopping by, and we'll be back next Friday at 12:30. My name is Brandon Gooch. See you guys later. Bye-bye.